Heidi Ho neighbors, Radio Goji here.
And I'm Soylent Greg.
And welcome back to Your Employer.
Yeah, we talked about that a little bit between the episodes, so we caught that in post.
So I hope you enjoyed my fancy editing.
And you can't see this right now, but I am actually cosplaying right now as Princess Zelda for you.
I'm cosplaying as internet superstar Radio Goji.
Oh, it's an excellent cosplay. You even got the Delta Rune shirt.
Yeah. Well, soon to be Captain Floofers, but
yeah, fair enough.
That's going to be a thing. I still haven't decided. I'm going to do like a whole update video when it happens, but I still haven't decided when exactly that's going to happen. I'm going to be ordering a new webcam tomorrow because I get paid.
Well, you've got the. Patrick purchased a new Meteor mic that we're using to record this, which is the same model as my Meteor mic that we've been using, but it's newer.
It's like a matte black.
And it's like a matte black, which is it's really sharp looking. So I will have my Meteor mic again. So I don't know, you might be able to watch me on Twitch, get my ass handed to me in chess or something like that. 'Cause that's pretty much all I've been doing game-wise lately, besides is play chess on lichess.org and play Crusader Kings. If you want to send me a game, if you play chess and would like to play me, I'm not very good. I'm ranked in the 1650s right now, which is slightly above average. I'm Soylent Greg on there, so you can send me an invite or whatever and crush me when my King's Gambit fails.
Okay, so what I'm gonna...
Oh damn! Sparks flying off that tree. I have a concussion.
Oh my god, the horse can talk!
Oh my god, Epona, a bomb!
A bomb.
Ah, Lon Lon Ranch, where Ingo, the hard-working Ingo, toils for the things which he has rightfully earned.
He still works there. It's just that
his lazy fucking Mario-ass employer has taken the spoils of his labor away from him.
No, he's a good worker now. He is not sleeping.
It's bullshit. We've had this argument already, but all you see is his boss sleeping on the fucking job. Ingo is telling the truth. He's the hard-working man who makes Lon Lon Ranch function. And the reason you side against him is because he's fucking ugly.
No, the reason is because he's an asshole. And I don't like him.
You're told not to like him. The news media tells you that Ingo is a bad person. But they also told you that Ganondorf had weapons of mass destruction.
Talon did nothing wrong. That's why I hate getting this piece apart, by the way.
It sucks.
This shitty bird.
Look, the Bolero of Fire can't melt steel beams.
No, it can't. Because it's a song that warps you.
I was just trying to come up with something for jet fuel.
But you know it can.
What?
The Bombo spell that we have.
Bombos.
These frickin' birds, they're annoying. Yeah, and they respawn, constantly. So you just gotta be really careful. Now, there are a couple of things that I'm kind of dreading doing. One of them is I do need to go back to Lon Lon Ranch at some point and do a race thing in order to win a cow. Because the cow goes into Link's house, then you can get milk from it whenever you want to. I mean, you can
Why buy the cow when you can get the milk for free? Am I right?
The other thing is going back to this fucking place.
Oh Jesus! No, I don't have to fish today, do I?
I'll try. I think it just may be it's...
Who am I? My name is Ish. I have a dish. On this dish, I make a wish. I wish for fish on my Ish wish dish.
I remember you. It's been a long time. I don't remember the voice we gave him. How many years has it been? 7 years? What have you been doing all this time? You're my only customer. I'm almost out of business. Seriously. On top of that, my hair... never mind. Well, because you can fish his hat off and he's balding.
Ah.
You can feel the vibration. Now
This guy is absolutely the Hylian like equivalent of Artie Bucco.
Oh my god, he is.
Why'd you burn down the fishing spot, Tone? It was more than a building to me.
No,
So we have to catch the big fish.
It wasn't me. I swear on my children. Because Silvio did that, you see. It wasn't Tony.
No, it was even better than that because I just watched this episode the other night. He actually swears on his mother right after he found out that his mother tried to have him killed.
Oh, right. There was something else where he swore on his children.
Super ironic, and the fact that he delivers it without a smirk is amazing because I wouldn't have been able to do that.
Yeah, I've been seeing possibly because I've been looking up like Sopranos memes here and there.
What happened? You lost it.
Google has been giving me like links to like Sopranos related stuff.
That is how the Panopticon works.
Yeah, and I'm seeing stuff about the prequel movie that they're making.
Yeah.
I don't want that fish.
Oh, nice.
No, I didn't, because I didn't want that fucking fish.
Nice. Yeah, I mean,
David
Chase is involved, so I can't be like
I am interested in seeing
too
it,
harsh on it. But I just it's been so long, you know. I get it. I get it. HBO has all the Game of Thrones money and is desperate to keep people from canceling their subscriptions now. So they're giving the Deadwood people money to make a movie, and
I'm interested in seeing it still. I mean, they made a Deadwood movie recently, and that was good, right?
That's what I said. Yeah, well, it was fantastic. Oh, come on, bite it! Stupid fish. And then just a little line.
But I think one of the most interesting things, and you probably know what I'm going to say, is that young Tony is being played by James Gandolfini's son.
No, I did not know that.
Yeah, Michael Gandolfini is playing Tony.
Oh,
young
that's
Tony
fantastic. Soprano. The legend continues.
And
bite it. Jerk it to the side. Oh shit! That did. Oh! No, fuck. Taste my meat.
Don't say that ever again.
You should just voice clip that one to play. Like,
oh yeah, this is the one. This is what we want.
Come on, look at me wiggling. Look at me. Ooh, I flashed my ankle at you.
Every day I'm wiggling. Wiggle, yeah. Wiggle,
Looking good. Getting in shape. Fucking eat the bait. AG's bicycles shows you the bait. Oh, what was that? What was that?
You piece of... Eat it!
He came up and licked it.
You piece of fucking shit. Eat the bait. God damn you.
This is a fuck. Come
Come on, you're right the fuck here. Just get on the line so I can go home.
It smells good. Oh!
You piece of shit.
He snubbed us.
I think the reason that I was dreading this is because it just seems kind of worse. This minigame just seems kind of worse in the 3DS version. And that's the version I mostly play these days.
Yeah.
Like, it took us, like, nothing to get the first one.
No, I got it, like, my first try.
Well, you didn't do it, I did.
Oh, you did it, that's right.
Yeah.
My bad.
I didn't have to divert to the more experienced Zelda fisherman.
Eat.
Piece of shit.
I know I like to eat. Come on. While we're talking about radio memes, I mentioned that I've been playing Crusader Kings recently. And generally, I do the tutorial island start where you start as an Irish duke and work your way up through a fragmented Ireland and form the kingdom. But I actually started my first British Isles game. I'm the King of Poland in 1066.
Oh, so you are true Slav.
Oh, it's a lot. Oh, it's great. It's a lot of fun. You have your vassals tend to like you. you got a big ass army to play with. You're surrounded by heathens who you can just subjugate. But
you can eat pierogies.
Absolutely. You can invent The Witcher 300 years early, or 2,000 years early, whatever. Fuck, I don't care. But my character. He's holding court in Krakow, which is sort of centrally located within the state, but is sort of more over to the right towards the Russias, and so of course I'm Oh, it's a wrong. Is that him?
No, it's not. But
damn it. So of course every time I boot up and I'm looking at things, I'm like, in Eastern Poland, yo jobs, yo credit. That one did not affect my decision, but it was a happy accident. Oh, that is a pretty big fish.
That's not a big fish.
That looks huge.
It looks huge.
It looks gigantic. It looks like it's the size of Link's entire chest, but it's only 6 foot. It's a hollow fish. It's a plastic hollow fish. This motherfucker is filling his pond with plastic hollow. It's a big mouth Billy Bass.
Take me to the river. Well, at least they're not coming after me with robot walker legs.
This is true.
I read and watched that recently.
What is this?
Gyo.
Oh, yes. Okay.
The Junji Ito thing.
The Junji Ito thing. You all of you gentle viewers know how I feel about Junji Ito.
Gyo is funky. I don't know which one I liked more, the OVA or the actual manga, but they were both pretty good.
Oh yeah.
They were very different. I mean, they switched up the protagonists and everything.
I haven't actually seen the live action adaptations of any of his.
Well, it's not live action. It's animated.
Oh, okay. Because I know there's live action horror films of both Tomy and
Uzumaki. I was actually surprised when I found out that the Uzumaki movie was done before Uzumaki was done.
I did not know that either. I know there's been a...
Oh, yes! There we go!
I know there's been a couple of Tomy movies. Tomie, sorry. My bad.
Yeah, actually,
it's pronounced Tommy.
Oh, for fuck's
fuck! Sake. Actually, it's pronounced Tommy, like the rock opera.
Tommy like the Rugrats.
Both of them like play a mean pinball.
For fuck's sake.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Ate the baby. Ran away.
I should use a glitch here. I have a glitch that lets me walk around while my line is cast.
Oh, okay.
There is a glitch like that, and I know how to do it.
Just do it and then just grab the fish. It's just hilarious if you have all of these things and you can't use it. You can't just throw bombs and all the fish float to the surface dead. Can you put on the blue tunic and the boots and just walk around underneath the thing?
Yeah, you can.
That guy's back again. Every morning he comes down here, then he just walks in the middle of the pond and stays there all day.
Look, I'm the only one giving you business.
I'll give you the business.
I will get the special treatment here.
It don't matter. None of this
matters. I'm contemplating doing the glitch, but I'm not going to.
Maybe we should come back. I don't know.
Oh, there's a big one.
Yes, give it. Come on, Billy. Come on, Billy Bass.
Here.
Meow meow. Meow meow meow. Meow 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 meow. Meow.
Teleport fish.
Teleportation fish. He's teleporting the magic fish. If you free me, I will grant you wishes. First, you have to fucking catch him. Eat the damn... There we go! Eat it! Yeah, there, Edith. Yes.
Just...
Yes! Tonight I feast upon fish.
Well, it's about 9 pounds!
What do we need?
Like 12 or 16 or some shit.
Jesus.
God damn it! Stop making the fish look bigger than they are, game.
It's just it just takes up a third of the pond by itself. You have to catch the fucking boss from Resident Evil 4, and it's
God.
like, well, it's about 11 pounds. Do you want to keep it? What the fuck was that thing called?
I don't know. I didn't play Resident Evil 4.
The water boss.
I don't know.
Not El Gigante.
That's the only boss I know, and Salazar.
What the fuck was that thing called? The river monster. Hang on.
Alright, this is a big one. Come here. Yes, you, not your friends.
There's probably somebody watching this who is just screaming it at the screen right now.
Well, they probably know some tips and tricks that I don't and don't care because I hate this.
Oh, not this. I mean, they're yelling at me. Del Lago! That's it.
I wouldn't have known that.
The big crocodile thing. You know what I'm talking about.
Nope.
You know people. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah,
you all
you
played
guys
Resident
know.
Evil 4. Noted top 5 game of all time, Resident Evil 4. True fucking classic.
Well, people these days probably like, that didn't really age well. I prefer the remake of Resident Evil 2.
Oh my god.
Are there people like
every
that?
Every fucking time that it gets released for some new platform and people review it, you start to see more and more of that shit worming its way in. Well, some aspects of the aiming and the graphics haven't aged that well. Fuck you! Fuck you, it's the best!
Well, Resident Evil 4...
She's a beautiful creature!
I mean, Resident Evil 4 is just one of those games that just keep remastering and not really remaking.
Yeah.
So it's just a port, whereas like Resident Evil 2 was like it was a full-on remake.
Yes. And when are we getting the Resident Evil 3 remake? I'm pretty sure that's in the cards now.
How long has it been between the Resident Evil 1 remake on the GameCube and Resident Evil 2 on the PS4?
I don't know.
It's
been a long ass time.
Pretty much about that amount of time we'll expect to see Resident Evil, probably on the PlayStation 6 or 7.
I still haven't.
We'll see Resident Evil 3 remake.
Zero. I have it on Steam.
Don't you not like that game?
Most people don't.
That's the one that they made that's the one they made for GameCube from the ground up, right?
That's the one that they used. They made the Resident Evil 1 remake, and then they had all of the assets and everything that they had made for that, so they used it to...
So it was an asset flip.
No, it's not an asset flip, because some things like the whole train section at the beginning is completely new, but then after that you could basically go to the mansion and to the lab, and it mostly looks like the Resident Evil 1 mansion and lab.
I don't even know if I would call that an asset flip. I would just call that using the same engine.
Yeah, it added some things.
It's like Majora's Mask to this. It used the same engine.
Yeah, it's really no different. It added the 2 characters that you can switch between on the fly.
That was a new thing, yeah.
But that also added, like, a degree of complexity to the game, because not only do you have to keep both of them alive, but it means you have to juggle 2 inventories, and sometimes you'll bring somebody somewhere and you need something that the other person has.
Oh, like in the Revelations games.
There was a lot of frustration involved in that, so, most people generally...
Right, backpack number 2?
That's exactly right. Most people don't really like the little one got it first. The whole, survival horror, item management things. They put up with it in Resident Evil 1.
Well, Resident Evil 1 and Resident Evil 4 are completely different games.
Right, but...
Oh, we're still comparing to 0, sorry.
4 is, far
4 is its own thing.
Popular. Yeah.
Which is why they remake it once every, 2 months. The Switch version's coming.
I actually believe that, I would have to double check this, but I'm pretty sure that Resident Evil 5 is actually the best-selling, not just the best-selling Resident Evil game, but the best-selling Capcom game.
Huh.
Pretty sure about that.
I know a lot of people didn't like Resident Evil 5, but then there were a lot of people who did. It's more divisive. I mean, it's not like Resident Evil 6, where, 2 people liked it, and I know both of them.
Well, this is something that that every fucking like nerd understands, but for some reason, like actual Hollywood people and like video game industry executives never seem to understand. It's never the actual thing, and when it comes to a franchise, it's never the actual entry in the franchise that suffers or prospers. It's always the next one. Like, Resident Evil 5 did blockbuster sales because Resident Evil 4 was so insanely well received. And the converse is true. Aliens Colonial Marines sold a disgusting amount of copies for a game that is one of the worst games ever made. But when Alien Isolation came out, nobody fucking bought it the first month that it was out, and it took a long time for word of mouth to sort of build it into a super hit.
I think it would have been a lot better if people realized that Alien Isolation wasn't being made by anyone like Randy Pitchford. But
yeah, you see the same thing with movies. I've said this before. The Last Jedi did fucking great.
Did do good?
Did fucking great.
Just people hated it
in theaters, regardless of any controversy. But then when the next movie, when Solo came out, it bombed as hard as it's possible for a movie with Star Wars in the title to bomb, and it led to all of those spin-offs and shit getting canceled. And now, I'm obviously no prognosticator, but a lot of the pre-release buzz that you would normally see around
Episode 9,
Rise of Skywalker or whatever, is now more along the lines of, well, is this going to suck or not? So
for the record,
we'll see how it does. I expect it to probably do better than The Last Jedi, but not as well as Force Awakens, if I had to guess.
Yeah. For the record, I thought Last Jedi was okay, and I legitimately enjoyed Solo.
I've never seen Solo. I didn't like The Last Jedi, but I like it for different reasons than all the neckbeards who think that, like, the SJWs ruined Luke or whatever. Like, that was all good. It just was, like, it was incoherent.
Well, it would help if there was more than one character I cared about.
That too.
And now that character's not around anymore.
Always good to see Laura Dern getting a paper. I'm never going to be upset that Laura Dern is getting work. So,
what are they going to do with Carrie Fisher? I mean, that was like the last movie she was in was The Last Jedi. And
I think they've got footage. I've seen footage. No, I think they've got enough backup footage. And there's always CGI and shit.
No, never do that. Look,
they did it with Cushing in Rogue One.
Yes, and I would, if it pleased the court, never let them do that again.
That's the thing that I don't get. Like, there's so many ways that you could have pulled that off. I've talked about this before, too. There's so many ways that you could have pulled that off in the Star Wars universe and had it work. You have people who are fucking Force ghosts. You have, in the first movie, you have Palpatine talking to people through, like a holographic projection, and it's all crackly and shit. You could have done a CGI Cushing who talked to people, like a hologram pops up, and it's CGI Cushing, and it's, like, all crackly and staticky, and nobody would have been able to tell the difference. But they had to, like, put him front and center, like, lights directly on their fucking CGI characters, like, look what we can do. And it looks wrong.
Yeah, and then Disney's just like, well, I guess we'll never do that. No, they did do that again, didn't they? No, that was in the same movie.
Yeah, no, they did Leia in the same movie. They did young CGI Leia in the same movie.
It was horrifying.
She looked like
Look,
we're talking about Disney. You go to the fucking Hall of Presidents and see, like, the animatronic Leia.
I wouldn't know. It just reminded me too much of Road to Respect. That kind of stuff just always does.
Yeah, no.
It's like,
I mean, that's funny because you can tell that there was more care and time put into the likenesses of the TV actors than anything else in Road to Respect, and it still wasn't good. Like, they obviously spent, like, 60% of the budget on rendering James Gandolfini, and 5% on designing some quests, or, like, some levels that aren't just, box leading to other box full of guy with...
As much as we hate on the look of Donnie, At least he looked fairly decent compared to some of my more favorite characters, like Silvio and Polly Walnuts. Looking.
Oh yeah, Silvio PS2 Silvio was pretty dire.
Yeah.
I remember him being not.
I don't
not
want that
good.
fish.
Oh damn it! I mean, as long as we're talking about CGI and Sopranos, though, at least nothing could possibly be worse than the actual CGI of a dead person that the Sopranos did. So.
That wasn't really CGI of a dead. Was he still alive when they did that or no?
I'm talking about Nancy Marchand, his mother.
Oh,
she died between
no.
seasons 2 and season 3.
That's right.
So they put in that one scene where it's like a body double, and they just CGI'd her face.
No,
on her,
that was wrong.
Oh yeah,
that was wrong.
And they knew it was wrong too because they only cut to her for like a half a fucking second, but you can still see it's like in the part of like the Lovecraft where like the tentacle creeps out from like the crack into like the abyss or whatever. Like you've seen something you should not fucking see.
No, that was. No,
that was. I mean, what can you do?
I mean, especially when they were obviously reusing lines from past episodes.
Yeah,
and it just did not feel natural at all.
I mean, I appreciate that they got themselves into a big bind there, and one of the big unanswered what ifs is what would have happened with the Sopranos if Livia's actress hadn't died between seasons 2
Yeah,
and
because
3.
we really did need some kind of closure on that, but at the same time, it's just like, oh yeah, she passed away in her sleep. At least she didn't suffer.
Yeah, there was no huge Sopranos spoilers for this entire LP, by the way.
That's all right. We
was
played
just
Road to Respect, which takes place
That's
in between
fair.
like seasons 5 and 6.
There was never any real resolution on that whole plot line, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think it would have been quite a bit. They could have done quite a bit more with that, and then they just had to. Nope, she died off screen. Now let's have a whole thing with Janice and the Russian lady's leg.
Oh yeah. I haven't gotten to that. We're 3 episodes into season 2 in my wife and I's rewatch.
Yeah, he started his rewatch, believe it or not, right after I finished mine.
Yes, well, I kept coming over here and seeing The Sopranos, and I'm like, well, I want to start watching The Sopranos again too.
I actually I finished watching it a few hours before I left to go to the airport to go down to Florida.
We will never stop believing, okay? We hold on to that feeling.
I think the second time through I do have a little bit more appreciation for the ending. Because I remember the first time it just was out of nowhere and I hated it.
Yeah, the first time I saw it, I didn't hate it. I literally thought my cable had gone out. You can't, you appreciate it now you watch it on a streaming service or whatever, but I was watching it on HBO when it happened. And when it cuts to black like that and the music cuts out, I'm like, I literally thought my cable box, I'm pulling it up did my fucking cable box die in the middle of the last scene of The Sopranos?
And then, oh crap, the credits came up, I lost it.
Exactly.
And because one of the main things that I gave it crap for the first time through was that I felt like I didn't get any closure. It was mostly on the end of a lot of the the mob central characters dying, but there was a lot of closure with the family.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
Things are looking up for AJ and I guess Meadow
just got engaged to Patsy Parisi's kid.
That's right.
Which he's so smug about. I was confused by it when it first happened, but I've come to be okay with the ending.
Yeah.
I feel like the whole this is the thing that everybody has to talk about when they talk about The Sopranos is the ending. I feel like the whole did he die at the end or didn't he die? It's kind of I think he probably did, but I think it's also kind of beside the point. I feel like the entire point of that the point of that last section is basically this is the rest of Tony's life now. like, even going out to eat with, like, his family. Like, he's just waiting for the other shoe to drop. Like, every interaction is just filled with, God damn it, with menace. Because, you know, there's only two ways out for guys like Tony. Jail or death.
Mm-hmm. And now if they do, for some reason, decide to you know, go forward with the show somehow, Tony's got to be dead now.
CGI Tony. Robo Tony.
And really, who did they have left?
They could go the David Lynch route and just have Tony be represented by a tree. Like a brain tree.
Like
the evolution of the Soprano.
I mean, I'm just thinking, like, who would be the main character now that if Tony was gone? Like, Silvio is, like, shot in the hospital, and with like, they're not sure if he's going to recover or not. Is Paulie still alive? I don't know.
Paulie's fine. Yeah, the next to last scene is
but, like,
he goes and sees Paulie. Paulie is, because it's always, like, even if that last scene never happened, like, I feel like the two scenes before it, the one where he goes and visits Junior in the hospital, and he doesn't, and the nursing home or whatever, and he doesn't remember anything. And then he goes and visits Paulie, and Paulie is sitting in front of Satrial's or whatever, but, like, instead of, like, every other Satrial scene in the series, he's completely alone. He's sunning himself with one of those big, like, reflector things, but the last shot of him is sitting there at the table, like, leaned back, just chilling, but he's, like, it's a wide shot, and you can just see, like, he's completely alone. Like,
because nobody's left.
It's a clear, like, nobody, like, the whole point of the shot is, like, nobody is left but Paulie.
It's now the Paulie Show.
And I still think, like, even if
they changed the title to the Gualtieris.
Like, I almost feel like you could have just ended it with that. Like,
yeah.
Like, there is, like, just the clear shot of, like, Satrial's with just, like, nobody there anymore, because everyone is either in jail or dead. Except Paulie, who keeps hanging on somehow.
Well, I hate to cut this riveting discussion short, but we really need to get
oh, shit, have we gone over?
By maybe a couple minutes.
Alright.
When we come back, fuck this. I'll do this, like, in an extra video later, because this is bullshit.
Yeah.
So, until then, I've been Rado Goji.
I'll be Rado Goji. I'm Soylent Greg.
And we'll be here next time. Join us, won't you?
And I will have been Soylent Greg.